here we are. Welcome back to another debriefing. Is this what we're going to call it?
I think so.
Yeah, because we had a big weekend, didn't we?
We did.
Sweetheart?
We had a very big weekend, two
Yes.
nights in a row, back to back.
Yeah, I know. At the Kyneton Museum, the ghost hunt at the Kyneton Museum. Wow. And people were coming out far and wide, weren't they, darling, for a
Yes.
little romp?
We had a good mix of people all over Victoria, really.
Yeah, I
If you
know.
think
But
about
let's
it.
face it, who gives the stuff? What's your name again?
Psychic Beck,
What's my name?
Dolly,
Oh.
Kyneton Paranormal.
Thank you. Oh dear, thank you. And my little gadget just flashed for a yes there.
It
That's
did.
right.
Can
got
you
that
show
right.
it, explain that?
This is the gadgets that we gave to the people that came. Oh, something fell down again.
That's okay. Keep going. You get used to it.
Always does this. These little gadgets we gave to people, and when it goes red, it's called the Ghost Meter Pro. When it goes red, something's there. And when it flashes, you can ask it, I think it's once for yes, twice for no. So people were getting they were asking a lot of questions and getting lots of yeses and nos
That's fantastic.
happening while you were upstairs doing your readings,
Yes. So,
which people loved.
yes.
And what a great feel that room was.
So we
the
were in the
museum.
parlour in the museum, which had a beautiful feminine feel to it. It was really warm in there,
Yeah.
considering the rest of the place was freezing.
Yeah.
Wasn't that interesting?
Yeah, especially downstairs.
Yeah.
Well, obviously with the doors open and all that
Yeah,
too,
it was
sweetheart. You didn't
so
have the fire
beautiful.
going or anything like that.
No.
Curious, so one girl that came upstairs and she saw a ghost, a spirit, playing the piano. Did you see her at all?
Well, I was in the room,
In the
but
room.
I did hear a piano. So when I was setting up, I heard class. And in one of the readings, which you have a recording of,
Yeah.
I keep saying, I keep hearing this classical music, and it was actually piano music.
Oh.
Yeah, so you've got that on your recorder.
Which I have to listen
Yeah,
to.
and I wasn't sure if it was connected to someone who was there. And
No, an old spirit that used to be in the museum.
it
I
was,
think.
yes. It must have
Yes.
been coming from the hallway then.
Yes.
Yeah, so she was spot on.
And she also said there was, and this lady sees dead people like this one, but she saw a whole line of spirits behind you, desperate to talk to the people that we had there.
It was a bit like that. It was take a ticket.
Take a ticket, stand in line. I
Yes.
know, but everyone came out feeling really fabulous from it.
And I
didn't
guess because it was a Mother's Day weekend, there
Yeah.
was some really beautiful messages, heartwarming messages from a few people who had unfortunately lost their mothers.
Yeah.
And were going through that grieving process, and for them to hear confirmation that their mother was still around them, and they got some really great hits, I guess you'd call it, of information that nobody else would know. So it was it was like getting a hug from the other side, I guess, for them.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful.
Yeah, it was called One Lady in Her Feathers.
Yes, it was
Definitely.
beautiful.
So mum was leaving feathers everywhere, is that right? Something
yeah.
like that? She
Yeah.
just hadn't been picking them up, is that right?
That's correct.
About
yeah.
time she picked up her feathers. Now downstairs, while you were upstairs, of course. Well, before we started on the Saturday night, on the Friday night, we really didn't mention the spirits that we had seen. Have we?
No,
done?
we didn't.
So we just let the people go off and do their ghost hunt, and then we had a debriefing at the end, didn't we, to talk about who they found.
Yeah.
Possibly. And they did. They found a few. They found that guy in the post office. Remember, we hadn't found him before, but they
No.
found that guy in the post office that was protecting the printing
Yeah.
equipment fiercely. But before we were setting up Saturday night, one of the bank managers, we think, the old bank managers, came to you during the day.
Yes.
What happened?
He was playing up. So Alexander was the first bank manager
Yep,
at the museum, which was an originally
South Wales
Bank of
building.
New South
Yeah.
Wales. So
1860.
one of the first banks where
Yeah.
people would put their gold in.
Yeah.
And he came through quite strongly. He didn't feel like he was being acknowledged
No.
at all, because we didn't mention him the night before.
No.
And he was going to make sure that he was going to be acknowledged.
Right.
So tell them about with the lights, how he did that.
Well, we were trying to turn off all the lights at the museum to start. Obviously, it has to be dark, doesn't it, for a ghost hunt? And there was the foyer light, which was the old bank foyer, which he would have controlled.
Yes.
Yeah, he would have had all his tellers there. It wouldn't go off. Now, she actually turned off the power, the whole power supply
The
to the whole
museum
building, the
curator,
computers,
yep.
everything.
Yes.
All the security lights, that light still stayed on.
Yeah.
So you know what, darling, I did stand there and I go, Alexander, could you please turn the lights on? We've got a show and we will acknowledge you. I did.
Good.
I did.
And what happened?
The light
What did he
eventually
say?
came on.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, went off.
It went off. It went off. We needed all the lights off for the atmosphere. Yeah, it was interesting.
So he was there, definitely. And I think he was happy that we acknowledged him
Yes.
because it was his museum
Yes.
and his stool.
Yes, his original stool was
original
there.
stool was
which
there.
that energy around that stool, even just us talking about it right now, I can see that the reader's going off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was just going off then as soon as
little
we
one, yeah.
mentioned.
Oh, there it is, yeah. Just
Yeah,
a little
about
flicker.
his stool and how important it was for him
Yeah.
to be acknowledged because he actually had a lot on his shoulders when he first went there.
Well, he had to run the bank and run the community by the sounds of it,
Basically,
didn't he,
yeah,
darling,
it was,
hey?
and it would have been lawless, really,
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
interesting.
So we acknowledged him, didn't we, darling?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. And these little gadgets were going off and they were finding all different ghosts all around the place, weren't they, sweethearts? So,
Yeah,
yeah,
good.
we had a lovely time, didn't we?
We did. It was really good. I really enjoyed it.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's been such an experience for me to work with a paranormal investigator, something I've never done before.
Well, I've never worked with a medium.
I know. So it's been really great to have the science side of it. You're laughing. The mechanical science side of it.
The gadgets,
and then
darling.
the spiritual side of it. Yeah, it's been
to,
great.
To back it up.
Yeah.
I think people enjoyed that as well. Now, what's coming up next? You're doing a crossing over lunch, aren't you, darling?
Yes, we've got a crossing over luncheon coming up in Woodend at the Victoria Hotel.
Yep.
And you'll be there. Kyneton Paranormal will be there as well.
Yes.
And we've also got a lovely lady coming who makes very special candles in loving memory for people who have passed. And you know that I'm always about
People that have passed.
and lighting candles
lighting
for people who have
candles.
passed because it's a really beautiful acknowledgement. So it's going to be such a special event to have Kyneton Paranormal there with the equipment, to have myself there, and to have these beautiful candles there.
And a bit of a lunch too.
And
a bit of a
lunch.
glass
We
of
can't
champagne,
forget the lunch.
sweetheart. Yeah.
The food's amazing
yeah,
there.
Yeah, the price includes lunchy poos. So.
Yes. And how much was the price? How much was
something dollars, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice, that includes lunch and, you know, and a group reading.
Yeah, I
Fun.
will be doing crossing over.
You'll be walking around the room.
Yes, I will be. I'll be walking around the room, being drawn to anyone and passing on messages. That's
Yes.
what I will be doing from
Yes.
past loved ones. And yeah,
So that's June 6th.
Saturday, June 6th.
And then a week later on the long weekend, I've got the little spooky one, haven't I, at
Yes.
Balan.
yes, at Balan, which
That
is...
includes dinner as well, so that's lovely as
Yeah,
well.
oh, that place is amazing what they've done to that place.
Oh, it's gorgeous in the front. Bit of a dive in the back.
Okay, so the back is a
not
boarding
open to the
house. It's the
public,
old
so-
boarding house.
Yeah,
if you just explain that. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
So it's all original. It's an interesting place and quite a bit of activity.
Quite a bit, isn't there, sweetheart?
Yeah. So if you're interested in it, is there still tickets for that or is it
there's
sold
about,
out?
No, there's about 5 left. It's a
Okay.
really small group, that one, nice and intimate, but it includes dinner. So, yeah, we don't
Okay.
want a lot of people there.
It's a narrow hallway
It's a
too.
narrow hallway, yeah.
Okay. No, can't get out of there. No.
No.
So okay, and
Maybe
so
not.
how do they get the tickets to these events?
Just on the little Kyneton Paranormal Try booking, darling. It's got a little
Okay.
link.
Oh, that's
You've
easy.
got it too on
Yeah.
yours, haven't you, sweetheart?
Yeah, I think
got
so.
that
I
one?
think I've been sharing
Yeah.
it.
Okay, we'll share it
Yeah.
again. Jolly good. So, okay.
Mm.
What are you going to do now?
What am I going to do now? Oh,
Personal, isn't it?
you can make me another
I
cuppa.
think we should. All right, darlings.
Okay.
Happy
Bye.
hunting. Bye.